Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Glad to have you guys here on this 26th of Wednesday, the 26th of June, 2024. Thank you for tuning in. Do you remember not long ago over in Israel and Iran got into I'll call it wartime tit for tat, you know what I mean? And Iran, they launched an attack. Not Iran, but Israel launched some sort of an attack on an embassy, and then Iran vowed a response, and then we had to wait about a week or a few days, and then they hit Israel with missiles, drone strikes, tremendous drone strike. But the Iron Dome system knocked down most of the drones, and so the whole thing kind of settled back down again. Well, we got the same kind of a situation, but this time it's just as dangerous to lead. See, that could have escalated. That could have escalated out of control to a war with Iran, and the Middle East could have just exploded. It didn't. We're facing the same kind of situation right now, except it's two superpowers, and we're waiting for the response. Let's take a closer look at it right now. Okay, just a sec. I gotta find the story. Russia blames the United States for deaths in Crimea, and they've vowed a response. So right now we're in a period of time where we're waiting for the response. Now you gotta understand, this is a response between two superpowers, between the United States and Russia. You want to talk about the two biggest superpowers on Earth right now? I would say it's the United States and Russia. And they're both the heaviest equipped with nuclear weapons. And so Russia is blaming the United States for this tragedy that happened in Crimea. It says on Sunday, officials say it killed 4 people were killed, including 2 children. I guess it happened on a beach, and there was 150 more injured people from these ATACMS missiles and debris fell on the beach. Russia's defense ministry said the missiles used by Ukraine were U.S. supplied ATACMS and claimed that they were programmed by U.S. specialists. Dmitry Peskov called the strikes barbaric and accused the United States of killing Russian children. And so now they've vowed a response, I guess against the United States, the response. Who else would it be against? Asking that question. But they've vowed a response, the Russians. And so what will the response be? We just don't know. Could it trigger a world war or a wider war? I just don't know at this point. We're waiting to see what happens. But I see it as being a similar situation to what happened with Iran and Israel just a matter of weeks ago. We got out of that one by the skin of our teeth, with it not escalating into a wider war in the Persian Gulf region. Will we get away with this one? But what I can tell you is the more of these kind of situations we have, the more the likelihood one of them is going to trigger World War III. Now I see this as the second type of situation. How many do you get by? You know, it's kind of like the old game of Russian roulette, you know. I mean, you know what that game is when they have a revolver and they spin the barrel around, you know. Well, you guys know what it is. It's a dangerous game. So this is a dangerous game as well, and we're right in the middle of the world superpowers playing this dangerous game with our lives. Because let's face it, if World War III breaks out, what's it going to look like? Well, it's going to start out as some sort of a massive conventional war. that's going to eat up troops like a meat grinder. And this is why we hear talk about a draft, or involuntary conscription of people like from 18 to 26, because they all fully know that if we get involved in this, the world gets involved in this, this is going to be the bloodiest conflict we've ever seen or ever witnessed. It's going to chew through men like crazy over a period of time. Where's it all end? Well, it goes on conventionally until they run out of conventional weapons systems. And then it would probably go nuclear. And at first, when it goes nuclear, it would probably go nuclear in the form of tactical nuclear weapons. And it might stay that way for quite a while until they start to run out of tactical nuclear weapons. And then they go for the strategic nuclear weapons in the end. It's just a constant escalation until it reaches that final crescendo. Unless something breaks the spell and breaks it and stops it from all happening. What could stop it from happening? A lot of things could stop it from happening. Right down to space aliens. Just kidding around. Anyway, let's take a look at this. We got a race going on for President of the United States. And there's a swing state poll, crucial swing state poll. It says Donald Trump has taken a 5-point poll lead over Joe Biden in Georgia, 2 days ahead of the pivotal first presidential debate, which is being held in the state. Trump has 43% and Biden 38%, according to the Atlanta Journal-Constitutional poll. It comes as final preparations are being made for what could be one of the most consequential showdowns ever in presidential politics. CNN is hosting the debate in Atlanta on Thursday night. So this should be interesting, guys. Everybody is probably holding their breath to wait and see just how either one of these candidates do in this presidential debate coming up. Now, the Hezbollah, going back to Israel now, and to the north, their enemies, Hezbollah. The United States has told Hezbollah, they said, don't count on us to stop an Israeli attack. And this message comes as American officials seem more resigned to the likelihood of an escalation in the Israel-Hezbollah conflict. It says U.S. officials are trying to prevent a bigger Middle Eastern war, and they're issuing an unusual warning to Hezbollah. Don't assume that Washington can stop Israel from attacking you. So, it says this blunt message comes as many U.S. officials appear resigned to the possibility that Israel will make a major move against Hezbollah inside Lebanon in the next coming weeks. So this is almost, they're resigning themselves to it. What is it they're resigning themselves to? A major move against Hezbollah right inside Lebanon in the next coming weeks. So an expansion of this war. I'm telling you, Hezbollah is not Hamas. I mean, it's a whole totally different ball game to the north of Israel rather than it is to the south and west down in the Gaza Strip. This is a totally different ball game up to the north here. And it could widen out this war tremendously. Now, they're trying to... Now, this is onto a different subject matter. You know, I kind of joked about the aliens there, a minute ago. But this is no joking matter. They're trying to... There's all kinds of articles in the scientific journals and in the scientists right now, and everybody's talking about these new pictures that are being taken by the space telescopes out there. From what I heard, that they've seen lights on different planetary bodies out there that kind of fit the description of maybe, well, we just don't know yet. But there's a certain look that it has on Earth when city lights at night, or light pollution has a certain look to it, and you can see it from space. Are they seeing light pollution in their telescopes? Are they trying to get us, are they trying to acclimatize us to something? And with all these different articles like this one here, scientists are closer to finding alien life after uncovering new signs. What signs are they referring to? And they're not, are they being open with us? Are they coming right out and telling us exactly what these signs are and where they're seeing them? Or are they trying to acclimatize us to something bigger? Right here with all these articles. It says alien life is yet to be found in space, but a new study has uncovered telltale signs of an inhabited planet. So, here's another article. Top British astronomer says we can't rule out alien life. Lord Rees of Ludlow says that scientists cannot rule out the existence of aliens. He claims most astronomers would bet that life exists on some other planets. Life on other planets is a possibility, and it can't be ruled out, according to top British astronomer. It just seems to me that maybe they know something we don't know, maybe they're trying to acclimatize us to something here, with all these articles coming out. That's what I'm thinking in my mind. And trying to get our minds around this whole thing, this whole issue. Because we're so used to thinking that we're the only life in the universe. And that we're all that it is, all there is, and all that ever will be. Which is kind of a very narcissistic viewpoint of this whole thing, you know. We are the be-all, end-all, and there is no life out there. It's a vast universe where the Earth is no bigger than the size of a grain of sand on an immense beach that stretches for thousands of miles, yet we are it. It's like a bunch of ants living in an ant colony, and maybe they believe that they're it, and there's nothing else out there. Because that's their world. You know, the people that lived on Easter Island, they believed that. The ocean surrounded their entire island, and to them the ocean was like space, and they believed that there wasn't anything else out there just except them. Isolated. When you get isolated, you start thinking that way. And we're here isolated on this planet in the middle of out in the middle of nowhere, in the boondocks in space is where we're at, you know, and we're isolated by the ocean of space around us. And we just think, well, there's nothing else out there. You know? Now, gold today. Gold's at $2,300 even today, and it's down $18.90 for no particular reason. Because they're printing money like it's going out of style, yet the dollar's going up in strength. And that signal, the dollar going up in strength today, signals me that the economy's going down in strength. Silver today is up 3 cents at $28.83. It's taken an awful beating lately. Good time. It's a good price. That's a good price on it, considering everything that's happened and everything that's going to happen. Cryptocurrency today. We're looking at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is 61,592. So I guess she's kind of settling in there, waiting on what it's going to do next. Ethereum is at 33.71. And taking a look at XRP is at 47.1 cents. Dow Jones Industrial Average is 57 points to the downside. It's at 39,054. It's 57.9 points to the downside today on the market. But, you know, if you take a look at the long-term charts, I mean, it's just been up for so many years. Just go out like Let me see. Whoops. I didn't mean to move myself there. Let me move myself back over this way. Hopefully it won't make a double image. That's generally what it does when I move it around like that. Telling you. Anyway, crude oil today is $80.84. It's up 1 penny and 1/10 of a penny. It's up just a minuscule amount, but it's $80.84 for crude. So it's maintaining its price at over $80. And taking a look at bonds, we're seeing quite a little jump in yields today. The U.S. 10-years jumped 8 basis points to 4.31, and the U.S. 30-years at 4.44. It's jumped 7.7 basis points. And so when we see these yields jumping, then you know that bonds, that's how bonds fall. So up is down, down is up. So you see these yields going up means that the bonds are falling. Bonds work in an inverse all the way around. Like if you look at the bond chart, let's go to the 10-year here. I'll show you guys real quick and take a look. I wanted to look at the 10-year anyway. I want to check it out here. Hold on. We gotta get our chart down here a little bit lower, and I'm gonna go to all. Now what you're looking at here is the U.S. 10-year falling, yields falling on it over a period of like 40 or more longer, from 1982. It's over 40 years. Down, 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 down. Well, that's actually just reverse all this. It's up, 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 up. This is a bull market in bonds. And it reached its peak here at around 2020. It reached its peak. And you see what's been happening since 2020 until now with bond yields? That was when the good times ended. That period from there all the way back to here, which is over 40 years, is why our successive generations that grew up during those years are so, they've had, like what the old saying, they used to say, have a silver spoon in their mouth. Anything they wanted. You want lobster tonight? Yeah, we're gonna. And the kid, you know, they go out and get lobster because anytime you want, anything you want, anytime you want it, you get it. What does that do? It spoils you. And what created this spoilment for these generations is they were living on future income. They're borrowing the money today. And this is represented here in this bond chart going all the way down, 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 yields. Borrow the money today and worry about it tomorrow, because tomorrow will never come. And so everybody is splurging by increasing debt. Well, the thing about debt, there does come a time of reckoning. And we're hitting the wall. See the yields going up? And they're probably, because they've taken this little bounce here, they're probably getting ready to take a big jump. I'd say probably to 7.5% on this 10-year. And what can they do to stop it? It's called yield curve control. But if they do that, it's just showing everybody that they've lost control of the entire system at that point. No credibility for the Fed whatsoever at that point. If they have to exert yield curve control on the long end of the yield curve. See, they control the overnight rate. But they don't control this rate on the long end of the yield curve. But if they have to control it, they can, if they have to. Anyway, taking a look at the dollar index today is at 106.03. So the dollar's getting rather strong. And this causes its own sets of problems when the dollar gets too strong. And it's up almost a half a penny today. That's a lot. That's why we're seeing this negative effect. But it hasn't really hurt gold and silver that bad, considering that the dollars went up almost a half a penny. It's already high. Take a look. Silver's even with that. Silver's up 3 cents. And gold's down a little bit, but considering, you know, it's not that bad. It's taking the beating, and it's keeping on ticking. Listen, we'll catch you guys in the next show. You guys have a great afternoon. And, yeah, don't forget, join my channel. It's very, very simple, very, very easy. There's a link in the description you can go to. And that really helps support my channel. Big time. And so we need more members. We only got just, we got a few members, but we need more. You know, and members really help support my channel, and it's very, very inexpensive. We're only talking about $5 a month, and you get a lot of perks for that too. You get to watch the video without having to wait when it first comes out. You get special shows done by me every week, and well, you guys have a great afternoon. Bye bye.